doomu aadama te biir kat amul seetu waral na lépp lu fay dugg dafa war a doon li nga xamante ne ni lu indil doomu aadama bi loraange ci wàllu wérgu yaram One Stop Water Solution Limited ñu ngi fii ci biir réew taxaw temm fexe pour gis ne doomu aadama bu ne di nga naan ndox moo xamante ne ni ndex mu sell te wóor la ndax indil nañ leen ay xeetu filtres yi nga xamante ne ni mun ngeen koy jëfandikoo ci seeni pompe yi ci biir réew moo xam booxool ngay jëfandikoo wala pompe nawek yi ne bépp xeetu filtre bi nga xamante ne ni dina la indil wérgu yaram musal la ci loraange amal nañ leen ko ci biir réew am nañ 10-inch filter set of 3 bii nag ñett lay àndal bu ci ne ak li muy liggéey bokk na ci 5 micron pp sediment filter bii nag mooy segg ndox mi ba mu set génne fa lépp li nga xamante ne ni warta ànd ak ndox moomu bala nga koy jëfandikoo gat granule carbon filter bii nag mooy segg génne lépp lu xeetoog chemical ak organique yi nga xamante ne ñoom ñoo nekk ci biir ndox mi sellal ndox mi ba waral mu soppi li nga xamante ne moom la ndox mi di saf mu soppi cafin gi def ko ndox mu sell te óor CTO block carbon filter bii nag du yem rek ci segg ndox mi sellal ko ba mu sell waaye nag daf koy yokk ay ngéneel yi nga xamante ne ni day baax ci wérgu yaramu doomu aadama bi dëgëral waaye tamit yàggal lool sa yuur wi am nañ tamit 12-inch filter set of 3 boobu it liggéey bu nu mel lay def ñetti filter yépp benn bu ne ak lu muy liggéey am nañ 10-inch post carbon 10-inch coconut carbon 75 GPD pure one membrane bi amal nañ leen bépp xeetu water tank tàmbalee ko ci 500 litres 5000 ba ci 1000 litres ak plumbing fittings kon nag mbokk yi bu ngeen buggee naan ndex yu sell te wóor seeti leen One Stop Water Solution Limited suñu màkkaan bu mag baa nga foofa ca Sukuta Highway Mariama Kunda Johnson wala nga call ñu ci 505 5691 796 8272 One Stop Water Solution Limited ndox mu set mooy yàggal dund ni doomu
Novelas ñu gunge ci sama kër gi ba xet ji ne duma toog duma tàyyi man daal de moo koy wëri parfum Novelas suñ ko bis ki kër gi xet gi day neex parfum Novelas mooy waaja lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex forest bi dafa neex saxaaba bi dafa neex lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex almadina boo ko pompe xet gi day gunguni lii mooy parfum Novelas baxuur bi dafa neex brise marine bi ak yëpp a neex ak Novelas féppay xeeñ neex.
Good morning there. You're watching QTV this morning, and I am your host, Jennifer Sonko, and joined by my amazing co-host, Ibrahim Balde. Welcome back.
Oh, yeah, thank you very much. It's good to be here. I miss you. I miss this morning. I miss our viewers.
Yeah.
It's good to be here again. It's another morning.
You're still on it, you?
maa ngi nii de xanaa égal a waaja di top di dal rek égal a waaja xam nga àddina moom yomb. Di lijjanti ay mbir. Waaw waaw di éeg di wàcca di top di dal rek. So we are back again.
We are back. So as you can see, we're all wearing pink. So today we're having a cancer awareness with Yaus Konate, and even without her, you know, I just feel like we should also use our platforms as our voice to actually support all of the cancer warriors out there. Cancer is one disease that does not just affect the individual, but affects a whole family when there's an individual who suffers. You know, there's an extent where you get to need palliative care, and it takes the entire family to look after you. So it's really hard.
Exactly, it's important, especially we using our platform at least to show these people they are not alone.
No.
It's something very important because some people are struggling with cancer, and all they need is someone who will be there for them.
Yeah,
it's
just to
important.
support them.
Certain things are there, you need the whole family, as you mentioned. So we are all in this together.
Yeah, we are all in this together, and thank you so much for joining us, Mamadou Mbodj. It's in hot pink.
Absolutely.
Like myself, and we have the light pink in the middle.
Dafa balance there. Hot pink, light pink.
So today we have the African Proverb and newspaper review. We're joined by Mamadou Mbodj to help us analyze some of the stories that we have. Community Watch, we'll be taking a look at youth entrepreneurship in animal husbandry. And like I mentioned, on social issues, we'll be having a cancer awareness session. Also on Click, we'll be joined by Buba Fati, and today he'll be featuring a music promoter. So what is our African Proverb?
Oh, yeah. Come good day, Bijek.
Goodie bitch.
Comme Mr. Mboj bu ma laajee ma ne ko goodie bitch. Okay. However long the night, dawn will break.
Wow.
Wow, Lee, Jenaba, I will connect this to many things. No matter how hard the situation is, one day you will really find ease, as it is even mentioned in the Quran. No matter how difficult it is, one day you will find a way out. It's important. Sometimes not, some people will chill it at some point, but it's important to know nothing remains forever. Sometimes situations change, but also remember you have to get up and change your situation. You just don't have to fold your hands and wait.
Yeah, that is it. I think you've just said it all. No matter how tight it is, no matter how discomforting it is, it gets to change, you know. Your dawn can be in a day, it can be in 3 months, it can be in years to come, 10 years to come, but no matter what, it might change. Just the last time we were talking about McDonald's and his story, whereby, you know, he didn't enjoy while he was young. You know, his success came at a very, very late age, you know. But no matter what, it came.
At least it came.
And no matter what, when it came, he used that to also support other people.
Well, some people, when you talk to them, they'll tell you, I am 25, I am 30, I still didn't make it. Some people made it at 60, some made it at 65. So you don't have to give up, you have to push.
Some made it at 20, 25 as well. So it varies anyway. You know, it just depends on, I mean, sometimes they ne worsak du dega, but sometimes you ne dega la tam, because foko wara muna ame rek fofu nga ko ame at the end of the day, no matter what you do. So you got thinking fofu non. Why ideologies are different. So probably he has a different interpretation.
Mr. Mboj, do you
or doesn't believe in luck and worsak?
Do you believe in worsak?
To some extent, there is some luck. With everything you do, there is some luck. But as the Americans would put it, you make your own luck. You see? There's something that you must do as well, and then leave the rest to God. But in whatever you do, there is always an element of luck in it.
Exactly.
Yeah, whatever. But the debate is sometimes it doesn't exist, and all of that.
Yeah, most people believe that anything that you earn, you work for it. You don't have to. It's not luck. Just
anyway, man, I believe that luck exists.
It's not a matter of either or. We're talking as if on the one hand you have pure effort, what you do, and on the other there's luck. You have an intermingling. The notion of luck is really inherent in most situations, because whatever situation I am in, I'm having to deal with all the people. Not everything is within my power. So you have an interaction of circumstances. That's really what is meant by luck. As in, out of this interaction, you get favorable outcomes.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But this notion of the element of luck is really inherent in circumstances in life.
Yeah, sometimes you see a group of maybe 4 people applying for the same thing, you know, and everyone has the same qualification. Everyone is eligible. But there must be that little element that is hiding somewhere, you know, that makes one of them get it, you know. So at the end, those things are inevitable anyway. It happens.
Well, it can either be personal relation that you have with a certain person, maybe personal. I know Mr. Mboj, Jenaba is qualified, and I am also qualified. Well, Mr. Mboj will favor me based on our relationship. It happens.
Does luck come in there?
I hope not.
Yeah, I hope
I
not.
hope
as
I
well.
wouldn't favor you.
Can't you call that a luck?
But that is just an example, right?
You may call that a luck.
In a way.
I'm lucky to meet Mr. Mboj here.
Yeah, and he selected me. Yes.
We
So
selected him not based on competence because we have a relationship. I hope I wouldn't do that. I mean, even my own child, if you come for an interview and you do not fulfill the criteria, I'm sorry, son, I love you so much, but I wouldn't employ you.
yeah.
That's the way I am.
That's honest. Yeah, so that is it anyway. So no matter how long it takes, just know that some of the challenges that you're facing out there will come to an end eventually. It might be in days, it can be in months, it can be in years, 10 years, 20 years, but eventually it will come to an end, and you know, you'll get to enjoy your own success. So now we'll go for a short commercial break, and when we come back, we'll head right onto the newspaper review. Mr. Mboj is right here, and he'll be helping us analyze some of the stories that we have on the papers. Do stay tuned.
Check out the all-new Tigo 8 at S-Pass Motors. Call 3522-222 or 353-2222 for more information. Cherry.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. We must acknowledge One Stop Water Solution.
Absolutely, it's important.
Yeah.
For all water purification, they have all the things that you need. It's important. We all know water is something very significant. We can do without water, especially clean water. And now gone the days whereby you struggle to get clean water. One-stop solution.
Is here at Mr. Mbouch at semester la one day. Mr. Mbouch nekkoon na UK. So mom hamna njëriñi ndox bu sell ak ndox bu set. Mr. Mbouch.
We never did semester stuff.
You never did semester stuff.
These are all new concepts.
Anyway, we're just teasing him. Moving on, we'll head right on to the newspaper review, and that is Foria.
Yes, let's take a look at the Foria newspaper. The UTG Staff Association asked Court of Appeal to set aside High Court's decision. Police arrest country representative of Global Home of Medical Mission and others. EU member states adopt restrictive measures on visas for Gambians. The Drug Law Enforcement Agency records 43 drug cases, 51 suspects in September. UTG recruits 30 professors, senior lecturers. That's what we have on the Foria.
Yeah, so moving on in Standard, we have rape suspects bail revoked. Also, Dr. Ismaila Cisse challenges presidential candidates to debate, and also alleged cocaine dealer arrested. We also have Halifa Sallah praises Jaka Dukure's decision to join DOI, and also APRC man mistaken for General Saul Baji speaks. And we also have ex-UTG Vice Chancellor sues a government for $155,000 for breach of contract. That is all we have on the Standard.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So we are about to roll again.
You're about to roll?
Yes.
Yes, so thank you so much, Mr. Mbouch, for joining us. So, yes, let's start with presidential candidates and Dr. Cisse calling them to debate, you know. Immediately after the nomination, he's saying that it is important that they come and share their policies and just argue amongst them, you know, in a healthy way.
It's not quite popular around the world, isn't it, for presidential candidates to face off, as it were, in a debate. And my suspicion is that we will have something like that just after the nominations, because so far we really do not know who are the presidential candidates. We know that we've got 18 parties also, but we also know that in all likelihood you're not going to have all of them contesting the presidency. So maybe the 5, 6 or 7 candidates we have, yes, we will have a debate. I haven't got the slightest doubt. You may not have all of them perhaps participating, but my suspicion is that we'll have debates. We'll have some at least who will be willing to debate it.
Yeah, generally debates are not really a way of determining who's going to win elections, obviously, you know, but at least it gives a clue to their electorates, you know, it's important.
Yeah, at the end of the time, Mr. Mbouch, in the Gambia, I've realized something. Even if you are educated, you have all it takes for you to be a president. Still, people will vote for you based on maybe tribal lines.
Yes, we can't remove that out of our politics in many ways, because it's part of our identity. We have to be honest about these things, and then so that we will know how to confront it as an issue. Because in my house, at home, or with my neighbors, there's nothing bad with you doing your Wolof stuff or your Mandinka stuff or your whatever, your Fuller stuff. But again, when it comes to the national interest in the public space, then such considerations do not really come to the fore. They're secondary. So to tell people to ignore this very important aspect of their identity, I'm really joking. It's never going to happen. So we just have to understand that in the public space, these considerations really are not that significant. They are not primary. The national interest, rational decision making, these are the concepts that matter within the public space. But in my private sphere, well, I can be whatever
and
in my private sphere.
This is not just in the Gambia, because recently I interviewed some Nigerians during Nigeria's independence, you know, and most of them actually weren't happy about the situation in Nigeria. The story aired. But when I interviewed one of the individuals, the solution that he gave me in relation to the situation in Nigeria was that they need to change tribe when it comes to leadership.
Yes.
The tribe of the current leadership needs to change. And he strongly believes that with that, the economic situation of Nigeria will change.
So we have a lot of those problems in Africa.
Yeah.
Even if you look at the case of Guinea-Conakry, we're facing the same problem because this tribe is making sure that their own tribe will be the ones ruling the country, and the other one too is refusing that. So these are some of the problems, and it involves a lot of things.
That's it. And talking about Nigeria, they've always had this compromise between the north, the Hausa, and down south, the Yoruba, and then the east, the Igbo. So you'll have a northern president, a term or two, and then they will rotate. Then you'll have a southern president. What is the nature of that society? I think that everywhere, any country, any polity, you look at the peculiarities of your society, and then you form your structures according to that, however it works. So I do not know how many generations it will take for the genuine concept of Gambianness or Nigerianness over and above one's Wolof-ness or one's Mandinka-ness. I am not sure how long it will take, but we are still struggling to form a genuine sense of nationhood, being a Gambian.
Yeah, but I heard Senegal has done quite well when it comes to, you know, patriotism and just nationhood that you're talking about. Most of them, when you talk to them, it's more of I am a Senegalese, than I am a Mandinka or I'm a Wolof.
That is very, very true.
So it's a country we can learn from.
But this is exactly what I was talking about. It's because of their own peculiar history, that is why you don't have many countries like that. So you realize that in Senegal, they've got this lingua franca, Wolof.
Yes.
And according to the statistics, I say about 60% of people in Senegal call themselves Wolofs. So they've got this language advantage, as it were. You don't see it in most other African countries at all. So they don't have that issue. This is it. We once mentioned it here. You meet people, they don't tell you, I'm a Mandinka, I'm a Fula. Even when they tell you, they say their ancestry, but they're Senegalese. So that helped. Unfortunately, with us, it isn't quite like that. So let us confront our situation as it is, and then we see what we can do about it one step at a time. Because with these things, you cannot force it. There'll be no coercion. You can only change people by persuasion. That is the sort of thing that takes time. Let's just understand what we are talking about, and we keep on preaching it and banging on it. Hopefully someday it will stick.
Absolutely.
Yes. So Ibrahim, moving on, this is not a headline, but it's important because the WHO is talking about the fact that mental health is not prioritized, because here you see WHO report highlights global shortfall in mental health investment. You know, so just this Sunday was Mental Health Day. So it's quite sad that with the statistics, it's clear that we are not really putting in the necessary resources to work on it.
Absolutely. I mean, important sectors like education and health, we are not even putting in the necessary resources. Absolutely. And then when you look at some of our beliefs in many ways, you know, when we say stuff like Imam Dofla, you know, we have this patronizing attitude towards it, and we stigmatize them. So you have a lot of like our social attitudes, our social beliefs that really do not help at all when it comes to the area of mental health. So before they will say just send him or her to Kampama. Now there is no Kampama, now they call it Tanka Tanka. So that is very true. We just do not spend what we should, and our social attitudes do not help at all.
Now, when you talk about social attitude, I'll add to this, it's important because most of our people here are mentally not balanced, especially people they call, sorry for the language, dof. If you look at it properly, there is a cause for this thing. So, but for us, most of the time, for us to know what is the cause, to go and find out the cause, we keep using other means. We keep sending them to Marabous. We keep sending them to Tanka. So sometimes this escalates this problem, Mr.
And
Brown.
also, another thing that we need to put across is the fact that mental health, it's not just about dof bui dosimbeda bi. That is something that needs to be clear. Mental health is beyond that. I can be sitting here with the both of you and I am not mentally okay.
I have my
You
brother.
know?
He's an advocate for this mental health
Exactly.
thing. He said to me, bro, do you know we have different categories of mental health?
Yes.
He said you can even sometimes sit at a place and your mind is not here. He
Yeah.
said it's all part of mental health. So we have different categories. But for the layman, you might think
Ne kui dosimbeda bi, and it's I can be sitting here with you guys, but to be honest, I'm not okay. You know, all of these things happen. So like Mr. Mboj said, it's left to us to just, you know, take a look at the next person and engage them. You know, just questions like, are you okay? Is important, you know, when it comes to mental health.
yeah, I can remember there was this guy too. Like this guy, he was with us and a very cool person. At some point, he went. You understand?
Yes.
He started displaying all over, remove his shoe, his shirt.
Yeah.
At some point, my brother called him. Come, sit down. He said to my brother, "Do you have this problem in your family?" My brother said to him, "Do you have this problem in your family?" He said, "No." Why are you like this? Tell me. Let's talk. So at some point, he was able to establish what the problem was. So
Yeah.
my brother said to him, "You are not mad. People are calling you mad, but you are not mad.
Yeah.
This is your
So,
problem. So
exactly.
once you leave this thing,
You're
be
done.
okay."
Yeah,
And the
so
guy
it's-
is okay
it's
now.
a thing. It just, you know, it just takes somebody engaging you and your life can change. So moving on, we have Halifa praises Jaha Dukure's decision to join PDOIS. So what does this mean? Having women joining political parties and, you know, taking the lead. We've seen that she's led their recent caravan at Gambisara, you know. So what does it mean for women to actually, you know, make decisions or be part of decision-making processes in their respective political parties?
Well, this one is just a particular woman. I mean, women have been very, very crucial to parties for a very, very long time. I remember even during the PPP era, they'll tell you the Yai companies. These are the people who really win your things. And then you know that in most elections, every election, possibly you get more women voting than men. So the significance of women in politics, we all know that. That's been going on for a long time. But with this one, perhaps I think Jaha Dukure, she's the activist regarding female, isn't it? Gender
Women's
activist,
rights activist.
women's rights activist. Yes, when you have a high profile, she's a high profile person joining a party, well, that can have some kind of pulling power, at least that is the hope. So yeah, she's got her reasons for joining PDOIS.
Yeah.
What's wrong with it?
Yeah, but when we talk about women's participation in politics, I'm not talking about Yai Compens. Yai Compens and the decisions that, you know, what is their contribution most of the time? Their contribution is chairing.
Yes. In the Gambia, when you talk about women in politics, the icons, this is what people think
It's
about.
about clapping.
Most of the time, the women are behind clapping.
Yes.
The women are the one making sure the president is elected and the like. But what about the decisions? What about the main, the chunk of everything? So what about that, the decision-making body?
There are huge, huge deficits. Everybody knows that. But again, when I compare what's going on today to when I was younger, one also sees an improvement. So it just depends on where I want to focus. The other day we talked about this. I said, well, you can look at the glass. Is it half full or half empty? It depends on your decision. I will take it as half full. We know that we have to, there's a long way to go. But again, we know the cultural, the background, why things are really very, very slow. So for me, I am more patient. We were just talking about patience in many ways.
Yeah.
No matter how long the night, dawn will break. Absolutely. So you do have some who are kind of in a hurry, but I cannot run faster than my society. You know? As a leader, I just can't do that. When I do, I'll have to stop and wait for them. Otherwise, I will turn back. There's nobody there. So we have to be realistic. And we all know in many ways, what is driving the agenda. You have all these international NGOs, and let's be honest about it. I hope later on we will come and talk about the visa thing with the EU.
Yeah.
So you have all these international agencies with the EU, UN, whatever. There's an agenda. They want to force it down our throats. We must be in a hurry. You must do this. You must push that. But again, I know the compromises of my society. You know what I mean? So how my society is structured. So the way I am going to handle it, the way I'm going to tackle my situation would be different from theirs. They've had their own histories. Here, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Of course, the ultimate aim is to change things, but you really cannot force it. You're going to have a backlash. You're going to have a, you know, people resisting. So that is the issue. So as a leader, one must be careful how you do these things, really.
Yeah, true. So you just showed that probably you feel that the sanctions are too harsh. The current sanction, is it too harsh? Because with your explanation, it seems, you know, that's what you're trying to put across.
Well, I'm just watchful of certain international bodies. I'm just very, very watchful of them. They have their own, because of their own history. They had sort of like evolved in a particular way with their social values, how they've changed over the years. I mean, everything you see here, you've seen it there. But again, now they're going to tie sort of their help, their aid in whatever they're going to tie it to your own social programs. So it appears as if there's just one direction for mankind, and they got there first, so they're trying to help us. You know, we are so slow, aren't we? They're trying to help us to pull us to follow through. I am not so sure. Historically, I am not so sure. That is all I'm saying. One understands, you know, the gender equality bit. One understands all of that, the notions, the agenda. But again, I am in a different society. Give me time. Just let me regulate. Let me design how we deal with it. It's a long haul. It really cannot be short term, and we cannot be forcing it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
He has a different opinion to our newspaper review guest yesterday, Adid Rami, in relation to the situation.
I think I am more of a conservative than he is. I'm not a radical at all. I'm very conservative.
I came to realize. I actually came to realize that. And then we also have alleged cocaine dealer arrested. For some reason, you know, the statistics are coming out now when it comes to cocaine dealings and just drugs in general. So I don't know if it was underreported previously or what is the issue, or is it on the increase? You know, that's the part that I'm trying to figure out.
I think that it has been, because the whole of West Africa really has been called a kind of transit point. So we know that the stuff coming from South America for a long time, it's been going through here, or Guinea-Bissau, or the whole coast, before it goes to America or Europe. So yes, it has increased. It's highly profitable. So people will always go with it. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. But as I said, when you have a good law enforcement agencies, and then, you know, you'll be making arrests and enforcing the law, and to just make sure for people to know that this is not an easy place to come. It's not an easy place to come and do business, do these drug dealing and stuff. So that's all it is, for people to realize it's not easy. But you know that some will always attempt. It's just the nature of the business. They will always attempt to smuggle, sell these drugs.
When you look at it, previously Gambia have been used, you know, many times to as a route for drugs, and we all know that, and most people have been complaining about that. If you can see now, people are becoming very aware, and the security are becoming very vigilant when it comes to this, Mr. Mboy.
Well, on the face of it, it appears so, but yes, they've confiscated this one. But how many? How many has passed through? That we do not know. So it's difficult to judge based on this single case that, they've apprehended these people, they've seized this amount, as it were, but how much is really going through? So it's difficult to judge the overall picture, as it were, based on just a single story. It will be difficult, even though when we look at the statistics elsewhere on all the reports, we are told that there's a lot of drug dealing going on.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Momodou Mbodj, for joining us on the Newspaper Review. It's always good to have you here. And you're wearing pink, and I know you're also sending some love and light to all the cancer warriors out there. So what do you have to tell them, considering you're in pink today, and it's Pink October?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when you said it, I mean, is there anybody who wouldn't want to be part of this? Because you just never know. Possibly there are people in your family with cancer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So wherever one can help, it's just like all of these social issues, be it cancer patients, people who suffer from cancer, or be it people with disability, or be it gender, if you like, gender equality issues and all of these things. Obviously, we need to help society, we need to be involved. All I do say in other areas, I say that let us be realistic. It will come slowly, through patience, one step at a time when one will get there. But obviously,
I know with cancer, as long as you're human, you know, you're just bound to support these people, you know, with how hard it is. Like I mentioned, and you talked about family. No matter what, there might be someone down there in your family that gets to suffer this. And it affects an entire family, you know, because it's something that I've been through before. So I know how it really affects the whole family when one person is affected, you know, so it's really hard. But thank you so much for joining the fight.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining the fight. So we'll go for a short commercial break, and when we come back, we'll head right on to the Community Watch. And today we'll be taking a look at youth entrepreneurship in animal husbandry. We'll be right back.
To make sure your company's products and services reach your potential customers, it is essential that you choose the right channel for your marketing purposes. QTV has the widest reach locally and beyond, and we can give your business the visibility it needs. Call QTV Marketing on +220 324 4444 or email us at marketing@qtv.gm and take your business to the world. Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, QMoney and RIA just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from RIA directly into your QMoney account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any QMoney agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, QPower, and other QMoney services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. Join the Gambia's fastest growing network and enjoy high-speed 4G LTE. Dial *335# to subscribe to QCell's 4G LTE service. There's no need to swap your SIM. QCell, Senior Boss. We innovate, others follow. The best product in town is back. QCell's MiFi router. Get the best MiFi in the country for just $2,800 and connect up to 15 users with 4G internet speeds and a long-lasting battery life. So rush now to any of our customer care locations and get the best for less while stocks last. For more info, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Senior Boss, the Gambia's quality network. We innovate, others follow.
Welcome back from that break. If you're just tuning in, this is QTV This Morning. And moving on, we have the Community Watch, Ibrahim.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and we'll be taking a look at youth entrepreneurship in animal husbandry.
Exactly.
And we're joined by Abdoulaye Jallow. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
I can see you're trending everywhere.
No problem.
Abdoulaye from
Abdoulaye.
Kirwell Farm.
Yes,
Kirwell
Kirwell Farm.
Yeah.
And then we see that he's the one that gave the president those two big ships during
I
the
saw
Tobaski.
that. I mean,
Anyway, where I'm not seeing any here. Me and Ibrahim deserve one each.
We need one.
We deserve one each, right?
We're planning a barbecue.
No problem.
Yes.
No
So
problem.
we will go for a break and take a look at the video. The story done by Ansumana Isso Nyasi. And the preamble reads, Abdoulaye Jallow, young Gambian with a strong passion for farming, has urged Gambian youth to embrace entrepreneurship, especially farming. As we hear in this report by QTV's Ansumana Isso Nyasi, a resident... Oh, In this report by Ansumana Esonyasi, Jalo, a resident of Old Yundum, owns one of the biggest sheep farms in the country. So let's take a look at that.
What started as a desire and dream to own an animal farm in 2018 has now become reality. Driven by his unwavering passion for farming, Jalo now owns a big farm where he is engaged in various types of farming and has almost 20 of these rare and in-demand sheep breed. Jalo also grows various species of oranges, guavas, mangoes, corn, among other fruits. He tells QTV that he scoops around $3,000 for each of these over 50 orange trees once they bear fruit and are harvested, at least twice a year. He also has a poultry farm and rears rabbits. However, the one stock that keeps him afloat in what is a very competitive market is his rare sheep breed that brought him national recognition after pictures of him and the president posing for photos with one of his trademark sheep surfaced online just days before the last Tobaski feast. When I started this business, it was not easy. It really was very difficult. I did not expect to gain this much within a few years, but I thank God for His blessings. Today, I employ young people in my neighborhood to support me on my farm. This is like a dream come true for me, and I couldn't be more thankful to God. Jalo thanked President Barrow for patronizing him during the last feast and vows never to stop working hard. With time, I would like to expand. However, I would also like to encourage my fellow youth to embrace farming. When one is self-employed, you are independent. My dream is to be the biggest agricultural entrepreneur in the country, and I am determined to achieve that. I implore my fellow young people to dream big and work hard, because in this life, anything is possible. Pamalik Job is one of the young people working on the farm. He says he is inspired by Abdullah Jalo's passion for farming, and as a supervisor, his task is to satisfy client needs. Kiriwell Farm, he adds, is here for all Gambians. Thanks to Abdullah for his guidance and support. I also have my own farm where I grow vegetables. He is very passionate about farming. He inspires and pushes us all to do more. Thanks to his farm, we are able to sustain ourselves, take care of our needs, and save money. Meanwhile, as one of the rising farming entrepreneurs in the country, Abdullah has been invited to the upcoming Livestock Show, a public event organized by the Livestock Association and partners to help farmers publicize their products.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning, and that was at Kiriwell Farm, right there.
Can you see? And some one of that ram is 16 months.
Te ñu ngi fi am Abdoulaye Jallow mi nga xam ne moom mooy founder bi te nekk xale bu ndaw door depuis 2018 so tey nag dangaa ñëw wax ñu foo dooree jafe-jafe yi because xam nga rek doo dee xam xëj na am na xale bu ndaw buy seetaan fële ki nga xam ne tey yow balaa nga fee génn di nga ko mën a inspire moom tam mu dugga si so bàyyee naa la Ibrahima Balde for now.
waaw nañu waxtaan tuuti wax ñu tuuti about Kiriwell Farm. Okay.
No problem. Jërëjëf. Thank you very much for the morning. This morning. Man Abdoulaye Jallow, man maay borom Kiriwell Farm. Man like farming is my passion. It's my passion. Mun naa dama ko jutaale. maa ngi fi si dëkk bi di yëngatu yu ndaw nekkoon Banjul ma gis ne Banjul xat na si man like ma move Yundum ma gis ne since ma ñëwee foofu noonu dama ñëwoon foofu noonu around 2014 2015 di yar ay ginaar am ay jafe-jafe every day su ma demee su ma am ay animal si ñoom rek laa dee demee daal noonu la demee di jaay di am ginaar si wàcc si liggéey bi pare wàccee guddi di dem supply ginaar and then end of the day su ma demee Sénégal ku am xar rek man dama dee su ma wax ma toogal si saal bi du ma toog si saal bi man si xar yi rek fu ñu nekk rek foofu laa nekk
maanaam yow moom xar yi nga dee dem lifin
si xar yi fu ñu nekk rek man si xar yi rek ba sama benn ko toog tudd foofu na maa ngi koy nuyuwaale mu ne ma Abdoulaye bii jox naa la ko demal nga try.
ok all right nañ waxtaan maanaam doorin bi ak jafe-jafe yi xam naa ne moom bu nekkee ne da nga yar ay xar foog nga am tànka yu bëri yooyu jël ñu waxtaan si tuuti
waaw comme ni nga lay waxee xam nga man dama la start rek si wax la affaire ginaar bi xam xam nga si ginaar bi laa la wax si ginaar bi laa la starté di wax dama starté di ginaar ma gis ne comforté affaire bi dafa métti and then gars yi moom mooy loolu gars yi apprécié ñu ginaar boobu den bu ma ñëwee stade bi affaire bu ma ñëwee stade affaire xar yi nag xar yi balaa ma koy stade benn la amoon bu ma amee benn bi ma gis ne su ma egsee fu ma nekk rek moom dee tëb ma ne ko non gars yi nañ ma il faut da ngay ut keneen ko xamante ni daf ko mën a wettali
maanaam moom kenn du mun a dëkk
moom kenn du mun a dëkk
loolu am na solo
waaw
lan mooy comme lu tax nga ne ganaar moo gën a jafe ndaxte xar soo seetee xar ak ganaar duñ benn de lu tax ganaar jafe
xam nga lu tax ganaar jafe jamono boobu laa la nekk di wax xam nga comme par exemple su ma indee ganaar bi dima ko jaay xam nga comme broles yi lañ dee wax ganaar yi broles yi nii dama ko dee yar ba mu am 2 kilos 2.2 kilos ma yóbbu ko si marché bi xam nga comme far day nekk ganaar comme xale lay nekk su ma ko yóbbee ma yóbbu ko si suma boori foofu noonu boori ko seetul wala bu Sumbala gars yi di ma ne sa ganaar yi amuñu duxa something like that ma gis ne léegi maa ngi spend si ganaar yi rek ganaar yi nekk mën di jox dara
moo tax nga dugg si xar yi
léegi nag xar yi moom affaire loolu xar yi dafa ma inspire dama yàgg nekkoon si xar yi nag ma nekkoon si béy ku ma nekkee yong suma yaay dafa amoon ay béy léegi nag su ma time boobu noonu rek man maa ngi si affaire mala yi daal léegi bu ma demee ma gis ne ni wookut léegi kii tamit jox ma benn léegi passion bi si la ma gën a jàppe daal
pour ma yar
xar pour ma continuer si mun a yar xar judaale ma comme yar xar man maa ko start ak foofa nag comme lu ma joxee xar bi bu ma demee
léegi bëgg naa xam yow doore nga ganaar am sa benn xar ut beneen bu ko wéetali léegi naka nga def ba am lii ñëw ba am yundum xar yi bari
te benn xar la benn xar nga doore président bi xar benn xar
waaw
loolu garaaw na de nañ waxtaan
waaw xar yi jàmm rek moo fi nekk boo gisee bu lu ma lay wax suma boy saa su nekk xar rek moo wàccee ci kaw
yow delloo nga ñu si xaw ma delloo nañu si Ibrahim ak Ismaël waaw
moom rek moo wàccee si kaw xar moom dafa barke rek da ngay laal tuuti mu jox la lu bari di nga koy laal rek jàmm rek ngay am daanaka boo starté boo gisee sa àndandoo yi ngay àndal ak relation nu mu lay jox is too much boo gisee yow QTV ñëw bi suma kër wala ñu wóol ma si morning bi
xar yaata
xar baata am na ñu bari am na
waaye amul benn technique boo xam ne tey am na kuy seetaan si biti mu ko bëgg a door yow ban technique ban ñaari technique nga koo jox pour mu mun a am femme boo xam ne xar yi ñu ngi bëree nii
technique bi passion la as far as am nga passion bi lu nekk def lay jaral man time bu fu ma nekk nii tey 3 o'clock maa ngi tëdd 3 o'clock si guddi laa tëdd lu tax daf ma jaral xar bu ma jaral su ma nekkee ak moom damay xam ne kii lii moo ko dal kii lii moo ko manqué kii tey jóg na kii tey jógut comme sa njaboot
so maanaam yow xam nga loolu yëpp si xar yi
comme si njaboot
bu feebar rek nga xam
suma xar yi sax bu ñu war a jur sax every day bu ñu war a jur benn mu ngi jur barki démb dama toog di xaar ba mu jur suma xar yëpp dama leen jëlal
te xam nga ne
dafay jur day bi moo la xel minus 1 day wala plus 1 day
okay that's amazing so which
loolu yëpp dafa da ngay nekk ak moom pour nga mun a xam loolu noonu yëpp loolu passion bi la sa liggéey boo koy def pour mu dem il faut nga ànd ak passion
waaw ba pare tamit important na nga wax si affaire yi comme veterinary services because sometimes dañ dee veterinary services yi dañ dee wax ne nit ñaa ngi yar xar sometimes or just yar beneen animal waaye duñ leen dee jox the services and the vaccination you need te yow gis naa ne sa xar yi set nañ torop so yow mun nga ñëw wax rek naka nga dee def ba make sure ne nga liaise ak veterinary services yi pour nga make sure ne ñu ngi vaccinate ak yooyu noonu
waaw loolu yow la ma important na si dëkk bi ñu ngi am si jafe-jafe bu baax a baax xam nga comme par exemple ñun xar bu ñu nekk di toppa nii ñun ñu dee yar sama maas yi rek ñoo xam value xar yi su la mun a su lu ma jàngaat daal maa ngi si since 2018 soo woolee fi vet bi pour ñu support la bu baax a baax daf dee jafe kon léegi ñun dem nañu ba xamante ne léegi mun nañu ñu ngi focus si ñoom de but it's not 100% léegi man sama médication yëpp maa ngi teg si table am naa ne bii lii su ko jotee lii laa mën a solver sama problème lii laa mën a solver sama problème su demee ba jafe-jafe ma woo leen gars yi ñëwuñu ma woote ma am information ma wax ne ma woo suma grand ma yónni leen ay vidéo su ma leen yónnee vidéo ñu ne lii la ma try
so maanaam yow yaa leen di fajal sa bopp
actually ak 80% man la
okay so did you get trained for this da nga ko train wala
non jëtuma train boobu comme par exemple lu ma la wax passion la rek daf ma jaral boo gisee ñoom seen béjjéeni ngeen dañ ko dee génne dañ ko dee génne kon maa koy génneel sama bopp ma defal sama spray 1 week 2 week rek affaire bi wér
lan mooy njëriñ yi génnee béjjén
lan mooy njëriñ béjjén comme par exemple gars yi dañ day wax ne daf day am baat bu rëy boo gisee xar bi nii xar bu góor bi baat bi day rëy understand nga def ko day jox bopp bu rafet
boo génnee béjjén
bi
baat bi dafa rëy mu rafet maanaam da ngeen dee def pour xar bi am shape bu nice
ba pare another reason is that sometimes they get to fight each other and harm each other. Yeah, so that is actually part of the reasons as well.
No, xam nga loolu noonu comme boo gisee noonu léegi xam nga comme par exemple man nu ma defaree suma gerte gi.
waaw
suma gerte gi dama ko defar four box.
ok
dama am boo xam ne benn boo xamante ne. bu góor bi mooy nekk foofu. am na boo xamante ne comme yu jur yi foofu la ñuy nekk. am na ñu xamante ne ñoom suñu feree ñoom foofu la ñuy nekk. am na ñu xamante ne suñu ëmbee ñoom foofu la ñuy nekk. léegi xam nga borom bu ëmb bi su nekkee ak bu góor bi bu dee bu góor bi dafa soxor. mun na ko cuucuni rek mu yàq biiram bi.
ok
understand nga loolu noonu lay demee comme par exemple bu ndaw bi tamit bu mu bañ a bokk ak ñeneen ñi. comme par exemple seen feeding bi it's not the same. kii dafa lii la war a lekk. kii dafa war a lii la lekk kii lii la war a lekk kii lii la war a lekk.
waaw léegi loolu laa bëggoon a wax. feeding bi. yan façon lekk la xar yi dee lekk.
xar yi lu ñuy lekk moom loolu nekkul comme miracle la. comme suma xar yi bu tey bu ma jógee foofu noonu. booy bi ay ngooñ ñax la leen defal. napier grass bu ñu dee wax napier grass. benn bant rek ngay ji nga xavees ko for 7 years.
benn banta ngay ji for every 45 days. loolu lekki xar yi la.
boobu ñax la. boobu ñax la. boo paree boobu noonu su leen joxee ngooñ ñax bi ba pare mu jox leen ngooñ léegi after ngooñ bi. boobu ngoon la tamit ngoon su jotee nga tegal leen seen repas. soo toggee si repas bi pare na xanaa nga jox leen la ba nga gis bu am stress rek nga jox ko ay vitamines something like wala anti stress.
dañ dee am stress sometimes.
waaw yow mii sax dañ dee am stress bro.
waaye stress yi nit ak stress yi xar moom mbaa benn la.
soo gisee xar bu stress rek nga xam ne kii stress na.
Ablaye
du ma différencier
ñu delluwaat si seriousness si affaire yi si affaire
yi. waaye te gis nañ tam télé si néegi xar yi gis nañ fa télé de
léegi ma ñëw la si affaire télé bi.
télé bi pour lan la.
télé bi
gisuloo xar yi néeg bi dafa am télé. Jey gisuloo.
non wedduma la. télé bi is very important. am na ñu ma xamante ne dañ dee ñëw xanaa xar yi dañ dee seetaan télé. non tey mun naa leen tontu boo xoolee da ngay gis suma lal bi mu ngi foofu mu ngi bor noonu.
da nga am lal foofu.
dama am benn lal bu ndaw mu ngi foofu noonu lal bi boo xoolee sax mun a gis mu ngi dafa mun na nekk yeloo comme toog ba tamit boobu suma toog la foofu laa dee toog di wéeru di jaakaarloo ak télé bi yow di seetaan xar yi. understand nga léegi télé bi lu mu tax mu def ko foofu noonu télé bi si biir sport bi si suma saal la nekkoon. ma gis ne léegi man suma time bi yëpp si biir xar yi laa koy def suma la ma amee match like comme par exemple Manchester mu ngi play wala something like El Clasico mu ngi play waaye noonu ma dem foogoo si télé bi rek ma bàyyi suma xar yi.
waaw loolu dëgg
la understand nga léegi ma def ko ma indi ko ma def ko tamit télé bi pour foofu noonu pour suma booy mu ñu nekkaa si xar yi comme suma nekkul foofu booy bëgg nañ télé balaa ñu génn outside pour dem seetaan télé ma nekkaay dañuy seetaan ko fi.
ok so Ablaye gis nañ ne apart from yëfi xar yi nga dee jaay nii di leen toppatoo yaa ngi si wàllum also vegetables is it vegetables ak yeneen façon yi plants so boobu tamit naka la nekk di demee boobu naka la ñëwee
waaw comme moom leen bi mooy am na ay assurance yi balaa buñ doon samp kër gi boobu laa jiwoon ay assurance yi ne ma fii laa ko jënd foofu laa starté woon am comme fata man affaire yoonu dama ko like rek mun naa ko xam dama ko like and then dama ji ay assurance kër gi muy demaale noonu mu amaale passion end of the day pa bi gis na ne comme lii booy bi bëgg na ko mu amal benn garden boo xamante ne mu ngi biir Kama Jalamba like for example am nañ foofu more than 5,000 trees boobu mu ngi si femme boobu noonu léegi foofu noonu dem amaale pia ma amaale goyaab am naa ñomboor am naa
ñomboor ak noppam
waaw am naa ko soo ko bëggee léegi may di la nga tekkee very sweet
balaa ngaa dem rek finally ma bëgg a xam gis nañ ne yëfi wàllum xar Sénégal la gën a am prominence comme Sénégal lañ ko dee gën a defee dangaa gis comme Tabaski su jotee sax dangaa gis ku ne bàyyi ma dem Sénégal dem uti foofu noonu o ñu jógee Sénégal ñëw indi ko fii so lan nga foog ne moo mën a change loolu su ko defee am Tabaski su jotee Gambian si seen bopp ñu génn a jaay xar su ko defee ñun xaalis bi des fi loolu foog naa ne am na solo waaye su ma ne jaay xar tam damaa wax xar bu reasonable waxuma xar boo xam ne dafa am ni nag ñu koo jaayee 50,000 man Jeynaba Sonko mënumaa jënd loolu man kon du ma Tabaski xam nga
xar bi jaral la ko
understand nekku ne xar bi jaralu ma ko aw ma ko
amuloo ko
ay aw ma loolu so tey loolu naka lañ ko mën a saafaraale lu mel noonu
boobu noonu point bu interesting la boo xoolee xar bi comme xar bu xamante ne man maa ko yar suma biir kër ak xar boo xamante ne gars yi dañ ko bàyyi si benn mbedd bi seen price du mën a toll seen price du mën a toll ñun xar yi bu ñuy yar ni xaru laadum la bi hybrid la dama gisoon amoon dañu amoon benn ngénte ma jox benn boy benn ngénte ma jox ko benn xar jamono boobu maa ngi yoon dama tukki woon kon bàyyi gars yi bu ñu reyee xar bi si support bi si la gën a nekk ñu ñëwoon si ngénte bi gën a yegg xanaa kii nag la rendi and then it's not nag xar bi mu ngi am 1 year 12 months la am and then boobu mixed breed la
mu ngi am 1 year
1 year comme suñu local xar yi xam nga xar bu ma la waxoon ne si doorin bi dama la waxoon ne xar bu ma indoon pour wettal sama benn xar bi boobu noonu moo ko jur et puis boobu noonu si mbedd bi laa ko jëndee si benn waaj bu mu nekk tali ndi ma ko jaay boo xoolee ñu cross breed ko xar bi balaa moo am 1 year am na fa more than 100 kg léegi su ma la waxee 100 kg times ko foofu noonu kilo yàpp ñaata la
ok so léegi Ablaye lan lañ mun a def ba nga xam ne ba léegi yow xar bi yar nga ko yaa ko yaral sa bopp waaye ba léegi du seer booba seer su ko defee anybody will be able to afford it bu boobaa yow xëj na dangaa dem ba ubbi business bu mag Tabaski ñëpp di ñëw si yow di jënd xar waaye waxuma xar yi 50,000
non xar bi xam nga waxuma xar yi jaruñu 50,000 xam nga xar bi comme par exemple xar bi jar na 10,000 jar na 50,000 jar na 100,000 jar na even 500,000 soo demee Sénégal xar mu ngi jar ay 50 millions CFA 50 millions CFA loolu millions of dollars la benn xar loolu moom xar bi daf ko jaral loolu xar bi daf ko jaral loolu léegi su indee xar bi mun na ko jural yéen doom yu mag so why not pour firnde la boobu noonu comme lu ñu war a jàppale comme suñu booy toog bi di waxtaan di xool ay télé di xool ay noonu nekkuñu di yëngati si dara man loolu laa bañ boo xoolee Pa Malick Diop maa ngi ànd ak moom di def ay végétable sant yàlla time bi xam naa ne du ma ko mën a xam naa ne soo ko jolee liggéey sax fu mu toll nii soo ko jolee liggéey dina jafe-jafe pour ni ngeen déggoo de
kon njëy ñun dañoo dem liggéey foofu
man foog ma faam déedéet man uyu ma salari Gambia yow tamit
te wax naa la ne
du
man
dem
wax naa la man faama la
non foog ñu faam
xam nga wax naa la man dama dee dem si faam bi
foog ñu dugga si business
ma
mun a tekki
Pa Malick boobu noonu wis ni mu nekk fii xam naa ne soo ko tray pour mu ñëw pour mu ngeen jël ko liggéey dina métti de
dina métti de
fu may jaare est-ce que du jege xar kon
ok nañ wax tuuti man du ma waxuma cafka gi it's important because soo yar xar at the end of time bu nga rendi ko nga lekka ñu ne yuñ dee yar na le ak yi nga xam ne ñoo nekk suñ local breed si ñu ne seen taste bi daf day different
comme daf day artificial daf day healthy
man démb sax guddi benn lañ defoon barbecue dañu amoon dañu amoon suñu benn grand américain
really
moom mooy suñu boss si xar yi dañ ko defal benn barbecue ay wis démb nga fekk ñu foofu si guddi gi
so du dee affect taste bi
ban affect ay wis one day nga try ko one day dinaa ko try ma invite leen
ñun de waroon nañoo indil xar
xam nga léegi pour ma wax la loolu xam nga comme xar léegi even nag boo gisee nag boo xamante ne age am dafa am age like dafa am 5 years ak one year demal nga si buusey nga laajte leen sa yàpp yi naka lay mel soo bëggee yàpp saa gaa dañ la wax ne xar bu nag bu ndaw la loolu moo tax wax ne yàpp bi dafa yàpp boobu moo gën a ne
amoon na time mos naa lekk benn ndaw waaw boobu noonu dama xëcca ba soona su ma bëñ baabu
di ngay def nii rek affaire bi dafa nooy kon bari dafa day màgget loolu moo tax moo wax ne la xar bi tamit is less than 2 years moom naan xale la soo ko tegee si table bi la da ngay caali
na soo fi mu nekk nii finally yow ban message nga am pour Gambian youth yu nekk si biti because yow yaa ngi wax ne yow bugga nga ndaw yi ñu am strong passion pour agriculture especially animal husbandry so yow lan nga wax gars yi balaa ngaa dem
non man lu may wax gars yi every day loolu laa leen wax nañ bàyyi complain diw jàppale wu ma kii defu na lii kii def ma lale suma borom mu ngi Babylon wala mu ngi UK wala mu ngi somewhere just try sa borom mu gis ne yow kii lii bëgg nga ko moom dina la support man noonu laa mel man waxuma ne comme lii maa ko start puusin bi suma famille bi la suma papa mu ngi foofu suma yaay mu ngi foofu suma wife mu ngi foofu ñoo ma si jàppale kon suñ toogee ne rek comme par exemple kii jàppale ma moom si la lay jàppale moom gisu dara lu mu lay jàppale just try ñii xam ne lii da nga focus li nga am wala nga ñàkka support bi dina ñëw even though si nekkul sa famille nañ bàyyi di toog di campé du xamante ni di wax si nothing like di ñëw di toog di wax daan yëfi football bi moom mu ngi liggéeyam
mu ngi am xaalis
yaa ngi toog fii di wax Messi Cristiano Ronaldo kooku lu mu lay njëriñ end of the day
da ngaa digga ku la ne ñun dañ jënd Messi 1 million pound.
te dama lay
man boobu ma si naxari
ñun dañ jënd ñun ñoo jënd Messi 1 million pound
man boobu ma dee
loolu dafa garaaw de
ma dee naxari anyway thank you so much for coming
no problem dinaa bëgg a pass benn message tamit ñu ngi am live stuff so on the 11 November ba on the 14 November 15 November waaw dafa war am ay yeneen competition something like that
mooy live stock so léegi xaru Gambia yu nekk si dëkk bi yëpp kay dañ leen di génne ñu indi leen abuko pour woon leen ban xar moo gën a mag ban xar moo gën a ponkal ak champion bi fan la mu nekk si biir dëkk bi ñun yow la ñoo support de
non bu support leen dëkk bi
non man yow lay support
nga wax naa la nga bàyyi sa bàyyi
non waaye bii xar la bii du music
anyway thank you so much for coming Abdoulaye
thank you
I
very
really
much
appreciate your
no
time
problem thank
so
you
viewers we will go for a short commercial break and when we come back we will head right on to the click segment and we'll be joined by Skegman Sweezy right here so do stay tuned.
Novelas mi ma gunge ci sama kër gi ba xet ji ne duma toog duma tàyyi man daal de moo koy wëri parfum Novelas suñ ko bis ki kër gi xet gi day neex parfum Novelas mooy waaja lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex forest bi dafa neex saxaar ba bi dafa neex lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex Almadina boo ko pompee xet gi day gunguni lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex brise marine bi ak yëpp a neex ak Novelas féppay xeeñ neex.
Light. From the beginning of time, light has been there.
It is integral to our survival and to our way of living.
We need light to work,
To build,
to grow things, and even to see our loved ones.
light makes things easier and better.
So QCell has changed the way you buy Q-Power to make it easier and more accessible.
You can now access the same service quickly and get your cash power tokens instantly with the new QCell Q-Power code.
To light up your world, simply dial *363#.
With the touch of your fingers,
With ease and convenience from the comfort of your home or office,
you can bring light into your world instantly with *363#.
Q-Power, lighting your world.
QCell Sunyabus.
We innovate, others follow.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster. QCell, your trusted network in the Gambia.
QMoney, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your QMoney wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your QMoney wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using QMoney Bank Link is the fastest, most secure, and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. QMoney, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
The
best product in town is back. QCell's MiFi router. Get the best MiFi in the country for just $2,800 and connect up to 15 users with 4G internet speeds and a long-lasting battery life. So rush now to any of our customer care locations and get the best for less while stocks last. For more info, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Senior Boss, the Gambia's quality network. We innovate, others follow. Join the Gambia's fastest growing network and enjoy high-speed 4G LTE. Dial *335# to subscribe to QCell's 4G LTE service. There's no need to swap your SIM. QCell, Senior Boss. We innovate, others follow. Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, QMoney and Ria just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from Ria directly into your QMoney account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any QMoney agent across the country to receive your payment for free or use the money immediately to buy credit, QPower, and other QMoney services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sinu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply. To make sure your company's products and services reach your potential customers, it is essential that you choose the right channel for your marketing purposes. QTV has the widest reach locally and beyond, and we can give your business the visibility it needs. Call QTV Marketing on +220 324 4444 or email us at marketing@qtv.gm and take your business to the world.
Check out the all-new Tigo 8 at S-Pass Motors. Call 3522-222 or 353-2222 for more information.
You know she's colorblind, so I'm not going to say much
But
about
this
her.
is pink anyway, and as much as I'm colorblind, I know this is pink.
Good morning, guys. I'm Skengman Sweezy, and this is the Click segment that comes your way from Monday to Thursday. And in the studio with me today, my guest is a music producer and a sound engineer as well. And the guest in the studio today is Malam Fati. Malam, welcome to the show, bro.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's
Hello
a
to
pleasure.
all your listeners. I am privileged to be here, honored. Thank you for having me.
Now, Malam Fati, he is the CEO of GSC Music recording label. Now, let's talk about you, Malam. Tell us a bit about you, Malam. What really got you into producing music?
Yeah, so I started maybe 20 years ago with my friends, you know some of them, Big C,
Yeah.
Dr. P. We were living together. Basically, they were singing. I have a very bad voice, unfortunately, so I couldn't sing. I was looking for something to do to contribute to the team because I've always been a team player. So, those days there were not many studios in Gambia. So I thought maybe I should get a laptop and try and get something in it and, contribute to the team.
Yeah.
So that's how I started music production. Before then I just used to write songs. I was a ghostwriter for many years for many musicians.
Okay.
So then I started producing. I remember my first music production software was given to me by MJ, rest in peace. It was Bulldog Studios. So he gave me FL Studio 4 those days. Now FL Studio is some 18 or something
advanced
like
level
that.
right now.
Yeah. So I started with that, learned how to produce, and then used to produce for only my team, and then we expanded and produced for many other artists in Gambia.
Now, you're not based in the Gambia, actually. You're based in the UK.
Yeah.
And you're working in the UK as well. How can you compare the UK music industry and the Gambian music industry? I know it's a total different two things, but in comparison with the production you do as well, I know you've produced some artists in the UK as well. How does the industry look like?
I would say creativity-wise, it's the same because wherever you are, you can be creative. But when it comes to the business side of the music industry. We don't have many music industry business experts in Gambia. So what we lack is people who can market our artists both in Gambia and outside. That is the I think that is like the major gap, you know, between industries outside out of the world and in Gambia.
Now let's talk about your label in the Gambia, the GSC recording label. Actually,
yeah.
What got you into doing something like that, or what really inspired you into forming a label in the Gambia? And you've signed 2 major artists under you, which is Kombonka and KS, and they're doing great as well. KS just dropped his album, and the album is really, really dope. Yeah. What really got you into the label?
So we started the GSC movement like many years ago. So we didn't call it a label then, but still we had artists like Manding Mori, you know, we had Big C, we had another group called the Juvenile Squad, you know, and even Big Fire used to roll with us and many other artists. But as time went on, you know, everybody grew and did their own thing. So I traveled. So when I traveled, I studied music technology, and then I did a degree in music technology and a master's in sound design. So I thought maybe I should come back and do something back home. So I came back. I wanted to start first, but I thought GSC is already there. People know about us already. Maybe we just revive it and take on some younger artists and you know, develop them. So that's how a friend of mine, Dr. P, he got to bring in KS and Kombonka. He was working with them at the time, and I listened to their music. We had a chat and figured what they really wanted for their career. Well, thank you. So, Wanbi Records, KS and Kombonka, they were working with Dr. P. But Dr. P himself was an artist in GSC Records.
Okay. So I can remember KS was working as well with Kobakono Entertainment, which is ST's label.
No, there's Kombonka.
Yeah, Kombonka.
Sorry. So they started Kobakono with ST and few other artists. But the same thing, normally Gambian artists start something, they all grow and everybody goes to do their thing. So, but GSC Records is pretty much something to give back to the youths, to, you know, to give back to the music industry. So we are trying to expand actually to look for more artists too, but at the moment it's just KS and Kombonka and, you know.
I'm not saying this because you're here. Normally the GSC Record and Runway Entertainment added 2 major records in the Gambia right now that are doing great when it comes to signing artists and make sure the artists get the recognition out there. But I'm not going to say much. We're just going to watch a music video of one of the artists that is under Malang and GSC, and then when we come back we continue the interview.
Yes, listen. I just am my child. Ooh, judge a bless, no man can't try. I judge a light bomb, so none of them can stop me from shine. Yeah, I just am my child. Ooh, judge a bless, no man can't try. Yeah, I judge a light bomb, so none of them can stop me from shine. Shine, shine, they will see me shining, so none of them can stop. Shine, shine, they will see me shine, none of them can stop my shine. Shine, shine, they will see me shining, so none of them can stop. Shine, shine, they will see me shine. Yeah, got too much on my mind, me coulda bust and envy these envy, bad man's and fakes. Instead I stay calm and focused, I don't mind these fakers, I just keep on making my way. Nothing comes easy in this life, so I gotta go hard no matter what it takes. Tell them I'm not real, but too complicated for them to understand. Oh, tell them, I just am my child. Ooh, judge a bless, no man can try. I judge a light bomb, so none of them can stop me from shine. Yeah, I just am my child. Ooh, judge a bless, no man can try. Yeah, I judge a light bomb, so none of them can stop me from shine. Shine, shine, they will see me shining, so none of them can stop. Shine, shine, they will see me shine, none of them can stop my shine. Shine, shine, they will see me shining, so none of them can stop. Shine, shine, they will see me shining. Kuma jaro miti moto yena sama off. Says me beginning I'm going to my many dog. Come summer buff first jump gonna jog. Niggas in the back they be talking too much. I should probably did this like.
That's KS. It's a wonderful music video there. My time. Nobody can stop you, man, when it's your time, man. Like Malan, we've seen other recording label in the Gambia. I'm not saying they're not doing great, they're doing great.
Yeah.
But all they do is just sign a contract with the artist, focus on the music production, visual production, that's it.
Yeah.
What is so unique about your label that people keep talking about your label all the time? Because I believed, like Runway Entertainment, where Hussein is under, he's been provided with a house, a car, and few other stuff as well. And he's been traveling, he has travel allowance and other stuff as well.
Yeah.
What are you providing for your artists actually? Because I've observed one thing lately. I've seen KS and Komoka, they feel so comfortable being in the GSC label.
Yeah.
It's like everything is being given to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like I said before, for us, music is business, but first and foremost, GSC is a give back project. It's a giving back project to the youths, you know. So this is why even this is not a place to disclose our contract, but I can tell you now, I am getting exactly what KS is getting from his contract.
Yeah.
I don't have anything more than him.
Okay.
You know, even though we are doing everything. You know, that is just to show that, you know, it's like a big brother kind of setting for us. Yeah, it's more family. The other thing also is we are musicians. You know, we are not like businessmen. We came into this record label kind of setting with a music and creativity point of view. So they know, like, you know, as much as being big brothers for them, we also have the expertise when it comes to the music. You know, I am formally educated as well as, you know, like experienced in the music industry for many years. They have that support. You know, also I am a music producer and an audio engineer. They'll have the quality.
Yeah,
you know,
when it comes to production. The quality can tell when it comes to their production as well. And
so there's a lot in there for them, you know.
Secondly, I've seen on social media, people ask you how to become a member of GSC. What are the criteria that you guys look into certain artists before signing them?
The first and most important thing is your attitude. Because when there's no money coming, there's no shows, you're not getting booked, it is your attitude that is going to determine if you're good enough or not. There is a lot of artists out there who come to a label, you know, expecting like a lot of money and you know, cars and everything. If they don't get that, they don't perform well enough. We make sure you understand fully that this is for you. We are here to support you. We are a giving back project. You know, we're not there to make money off artists. That is not our mission. So first and foremost, you have to have the right attitude. You have to respect yourself, know that you are a musician, and then you have to have the talent too. You know, after all that, we can look at how best we can support you and your life, at personal level. But first and foremost, the most important thing is your attitude. You need to have the right attitude, the right mentality, the right mindset. Once you have that, everything else will fall in place.
I hope.
If you talk about attitude, what kind of an attitude do you mean? Attitude towards the public, or attitude towards yourself, or attitude towards your music?
So the first, and when I say attitude, what I mean is discipline, really. You know, when say we give you a 3-month trial period, we set up a few radio interviews for you, TV. You have to be on time, regardless if you think it is useful or not for you. You know, so discipline. You go through a set of discipline tests. You also, when you know, there's a show coming. You know, you need to be there on time. You need to be there on. Most of the attitude problem in this country with everything is time. You know, so we test you on time. Then we also create a few scenarios. You know, with maybe someone you don't like, but you have to work with. Then we test your professionalism. You have to be professional. You need to understand, regardless of your feelings with people out there, when it's time to work, you have to go and work. You know, so we put you on shows and see how you perform. So if you get on the stage, I mean, we don't expect everybody to be a killer on the stage, but there are a set of things that you need to show. You know, how you carry yourself out there too. You know, like what do people say about you? Even how your relationship with your own family. And I don't want to work with somebody who doesn't respect their mother or who don't care what their father thinks. So before we even sign somebody, we want to come to your house, sit with your family, and see how best they support you. Because
This
No,
is
yeah,
like
no,
an academy or
no, it's
something.
not.
Yeah,
No,
but
no,
But
it's
I
something.
just feel like your rules are too extreme.
No, now.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah, some of them are extreme and a bit too personal for me to look
Yeah.
out for in relation to this.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
that's just how I feel.
Yeah,
No, I get it. It's
respect
an
that.
opinion.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
one thing in the industry is you don't want to work with somebody that has beef outside with other people. It's not going to take you nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like you're investing into the person, but you're not getting anything from the investment you're doing as well.
Yeah.
So, music is kind of funny, though. I think I go by some of the rules and regulations, but some of you that are watching the show and you're upcoming artists, if you want to be signed by GSM Music label, actually, do something for yourself. Work on your attitude. Try to be disciplined. One thing that I believe in, the attitude tells who you are.
Sure.
It's something that you cannot hide at all.
Yeah.
No matter how diplomatic you look, but something in you is something that you cannot hide, especially the attitude, actually. So now, I've seen other recording labels pay other companies for distribution, music distribution.
Yeah.
Does GSC do the same thing, or you do your own music distribution for yourself?
So we distribute ourselves, but also, like I said, the distribution is not very strict. It's not the biggest part of it. We can even work with somebody who wants someone else to distribute them. We're not very, like I said, it's not a making money setup. We're
just helping out.
The biggest part of us is it's a give back project. We always try to put that at the center of everything we do. So this is why all the other rules are a bit extreme, because you don't want to you don't want to inherit somebody who is public enemy. You don't want to inherit somebody who, like, any minute the mother can say, you can't do this, or the family, and then you're stuck with like 50 songs that you've recorded. You don't know what to do with them. So this is why we go in a little bit to find out. Yeah, a little bit deeper.
Even personal.
But yeah,
I'll call this personal
exactly.
rules,
But if you are a bit older, you have the power to do most of your own decisions. Of course, we don't need to speak to your mom.
That's what I'm trying to get across.
We don't need to.
Because I can't imagine my manager going to speak to my family to sign me, right?
Exactly. No, it sounds funny, but it's something that is needed, actually.
Yes.
If you have the
responsibility as well.
Experience in the industry,
then it's
you will know why that is necessary.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Because you must hear like the complaints.
Yeah,
everybody you
gives
help
out.
you develop an artist to a certain level, and then
Exactly.
you don't have anybody to turn back to. But when the mother was there, when they were signing the contract, you can tell them, look, you are the witness on the contract, but maybe you need to advise them.
Yeah.
All that is possible. But obviously, it's Gambia. Would you really take a 20-year-old kid to court for a music deal? It's debatable. It's very hard if you're gonna go down that road here, because it's completely pointless.
Yeah. Now let's talk about visuals. Let's talk about visuals. Most of your music videos that I've seen from your artists are expensive.
Yeah.
They're worth more than $50,000-$70,000.
Yes.
And
a
the
lot
cars
more,
as well.
Yeah.
Some of the cars that I've seen are Range Rover, Sport, and other stuff. Expensive cars in the music videos as well.
Yeah.
So tell us about that. How did you guys take care of your music visuals production sort of?
Yeah, so the same thing, like I was saying, if we looked at the business side of it, how long does it take for you to recover $500,000 from a Gambian artist?
It's going to take a whole year.
Probably
a two
yeah.
year.
So we don't look at the money. It's a give back project. So we have music videos that we spend 150,000 on, 100,000 on. But we look at more to deliver a professional product. Something that you can look at and it is comparable to the world out there. So it is expensive, unfortunately, and it is really difficult to make it happen in Gambia because not many Gambian companies believe in sponsorship, to be honest. And you can't blame them. Sometimes our musicians, our marketing is not very good because we are not business people. We're creative people. So it's expensive, but we do put it together. We try. We get all what we can do. We try to give these kids the best product, the best music videos, the best songs. So
now let's talk about Saturday. Kes is launching his album. Let's talk about the event actually.
Yeah.
What is going down on Saturday? What are people expecting to see on Saturday?
So Saturday is KS's debut EP. We call it EP, but some people say it's actually 2 albums.
To me, it's an album, though.
Because it's 16 songs.
16 track.
So this is his first ever project, and we're putting it out there, you know, to launch his career. I believe, although he's been working for a long time, but I believe this is the point, you know, where his career actually starts. Yeah. Because this is his first project out there that you can, this is the beginning of his catalog. So it's very, very important to us. This is why, even though I just had a baby, you know, I am in the middle of my thesis for a degree, and I'm starting another one. I left all that to come for like a week and put this thing together.
He came actually yesterday from
so,
UK.
Wow.
Yeah, so it means a lot to me personally, because when I met KS and today he's completely different. Even though it's just 2 years, but you can see like the growth.
And I've realized, you see this guy, he's coming up very fast.
No, he's good. KS is good. I wish you listen to the album. You have good, strong track in the album, actually. Now, let's talk about international exposure. What are you doing to expose your artists outside the Gambia as well?
Outside the Gambia. So we have our own website as a label. Each of them have their own web page there where we put everything about them. Anytime we're doing a release, we do like a massive press, online magazines, Gambia, Senegal, Europe, anywhere. When their songs come out, they go on iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, everywhere. We also have links abroad, like KS is booked for a festival in Germany next year already. Kombonga have there's a few deals we're negotiating in Italy and other places. KS is a brand ambassador for Ulti, which is like a designer in Italy. They're doing all what he's going to wear for his event. So we lobby for like you know, deals and collaborations outside. Like Kombonga has got a few really good collaborations in Sweden for his album, in Senegal with people like Gaston, you know. So we try to put them out there, you know, and we don't.
I believe GSC is the deal.
Yeah,
you should come sign to this time.
It's important for our artists too to be recognized outside. And I think with this kind of deals, they would be there.
It helps a lot, actually.
Why
now, final words.
No, I can't.
No, we are parties. Party, we know how to do something bigger though.
No, I can't wait to see Kombonga out there.
Exactly, your artists actually. Your final words to the fans out there, because we're running out of time. Then we'll wrap up the interview.
So I want to first of all say thank you very much for having me. I'm really honored to be here. I want to tell Gambians also to keep supporting Gambian artists, because this is not about KS or Kombonga. It is about the families behind them. You know, we need to look at it as when you buy a KS ticket, something from that ticket is going to his family. So you are indirectly supporting his family and, you know, his future, and also giving him a platform. So we've always said the youths of this country, this and that, but it is time to support them. We should not we should not decide what they should do, but if they are on something that is good, we should encourage and support them. So on that note, I am asking everyone, urging everyone to come out Saturday, Jama Hall, 16th October, and support KS's show.
I'm afraid we're out of time. That's all we have for you today. And my outreach is sponsored by H Closet. Go check him out. You get something like this, bro. Trust it. From my end, I'm saying bye-bye till I come here on Thursday.
Right.
Back to you, Jennifer.
So, Mr. Fati, congratulations on having a baby,
Yeah.
as well as good luck on your thesis. I know how hard it is to write.
It is right, yeah.
Through it. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay,
so,
thank you.
Ibrahim, I'm afraid that is all we have time for. One-stop water solution for all your filters, dispensers, and the list goes on.
Definitely.
Bye for now.
Bye.
ila ñantolum preji kendomi annun ji senango adabe hadama dungula balu wala kono annun hadama dung kam fengo fen dundi akono kono ay ndaka ke ku senango ay ke kuti mi yalo ko ata hadama dung mantora madungul one stop water solutions limited ibe janne gambia banko kan annun ye filtarole natal me yalo ko isala jiol kende andi anu isa senen inatale pour ka ji kendo ji senango natale gambia banko kan jio mi yalo ko atal mantora la annun jio diata ba one stop water solutions limited ye filtarole natal me yalo ko alse muna fangano la alla pompol isala jiol tenteng ya senendi coming alla fala nyame naketa pompoti bang abo holo fo nawek la pipe wala a filter sifa o sifa one stop solution siya natialele 10-inch filter set of 3 ya sotalele filter mi yalon ko acid yota aya tenteng natara bankole ba kono fa kenyo wala kankan be bije sa be bon filter fana member ko 12-inch set of 3 filter mi yalon ko acid yota aya dada aya senendi mense beta alla jata kende ato fana sotale CTO block carbon filter o fana mu filter mi yalon ko acid chemical o bonnino jiol kono le mense beta alla jata kende filter member ko CTO block carbon mensi jiola chemical o be bondi akono pour kala jata kende sa hen nim filter sabol be kili wo kili na pansundoku na wata tankol fana sotale kabirim 500 5000 fokata 10000 liters plumbing fittings fana be mol bulle alsimol tarano sukuta highway mariama kunda johnson wala isimol kubandi 505 5691 796 8272 one stop water limited solutions inatale ka jiko be sonende gambia banko
Novelas ni magunge ci sama kër gi ba xet ci ne duma toog duma tàyyi man daal de moo koy wëri parfum Novelas suñ ko bis ki kër gi xet gi day neex parfum Novelas mooy waaja lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex forest bi dafa neex saxaar ba bi dafa neex lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex Almadina boo ko pompee xet gi day gunguni lii mooy parfum Novelas baxuur bi dafa neex brise marine bi ak yëpp a neex
ak Novelas féppay xeeñ neex